Hi guys, welcome to another video by Appreciating Classics. This one is a little bit different. What I want to do here is show you the process that we go through with our typical low mileage type of car. So we're going to use this as an example. I've collected the car today. We went to view it last week, probably about 6-hour drive there and back last week, and then been to collect today, probably about an 8-hour trip today. So already we've spent a bit of time on the car in terms of viewing and then collecting. Now this one is a little bit special. This is an RB5 and it's got the WR Sports package fitted from new. Now 444 of these were made. I have got the figures for the WR Sport conversion, but I think it's around 170 from memory, but I don't have them figures with me. And basically I've literally just got the trailer into one of our units. I'm ready to go home. But I thought I would get a quick video so you can see where we start and where we end up. Now this car is one owner car from new. Now the guy passed away sadly recently, and his family decided to move the car on. Heated storage from new, as you'll see from the condition as we go round, and 3,000 miles warranted mileage. We don't buy any cars without warranted mileage. We don't like questionable mileage. So first things first, we've got it into the unit. We've not cleaned this car, and it is evident that the car has been sat for a while, even though, in heated storage you still get, dust. The windows, I don't know if you'll pick it up on the camera, but the inside of the windows are filthy. It needs a good going through. So first thing we're going to do is we'll take it to I'll take it to Gary at APT, Automotive Performance Tuning, for him to go through the car and give it a full service, all fluids, all belts, all filters, brake fluid flush, everything. We'll go right through the car. And then second to that, we will go through the car and give it a detail. When we say detail, it probably takes me about 2 days to do a full detail, and that consists of wheels off on the ramp, clean the underside, clean the brake calipers, clean the disc centres, clean all the suspension, the arch liners, and then give the car a clean underneath. We don't do that with every car, obviously. We'd never have any time to sell any cars, but I tend to do it to the very low mileage stuff. You'll see that inside the car is in extremely good condition, as you'd expect for 3,000 miles. Things like the gear knob, the badge there. Normally people sit their keys in there. The badges in any cars really get scratched from keys or phones. Everything's original stereo. You'll notice the steering wheel is wrapped there, and the mats are in. First thing I do with any car before I get in it to put it on a trailer is wrap the steering wheel and put a paper mat in, as I'm sure you can understand. WR Sports package gives you the ProDrive ECU, the high level ProDrive spoiler with a brake light at the top rather than on the boot lid, exhaust system, suspension changes, amongst a few other things. But it's been a long day. I'm not going to sit here and go through each and every detail. This is just to give you an idea. So once we've given it a detail, in terms of wheel off detail, underside detail, we'll obviously do all the shuts, all the door shuts, boot shuts, everything. And they don't just get a wipe; they get a polish. It's fair to say I'm quite anal when it comes to things like this. Once that's done, the engine bay obviously gets full detail, and I will show you the engine bay. I love things like this, headlamp covers, genuine headlamp covers. Just things like that give you the impression that the car's been well looked after. It was loved, You know, there's plenty of low mileage cars out there that haven't been loved. They've been stored badly, forgotten about. They've had a mechanical issue. They've been put away. They corrode underneath. Bushes fail. All sorts of things. And then you get cars which have been loved and cherished with low mileage, and they're the type of cars that we're really keen on. So let's just hop on here. I'll see if I can open the bonnet one-handed. Could be quite interesting. You might just bear with me whilst I put the bonnet stay in place. Okay. Right, so you'll see in here, first thing you'll notice is it's still got all the original wax on the top side of the engine. Now, do we clean that off? Do we leave it on? Bit tricky. You'll probably find 50% of people would want it left, 50% of people would want the engine to look as good as it possibly can, so they'd want it removed. More evidence it's been sat for a little while. We've got cobwebs. That's fairly standard really for a car that's been sat for a little while. But what really impresses me, and anyone that knows Subarus or Evos or any type of 90s Japanese car, is all the zinc-plated parts. You know, this is just dirt on here. That's not corrosion, and that will clean off. You know, things like these nuts, brackets, actuator, throttle linkages. You know, they're all going to clean up really, really well. I can't imagine really that there's a better RB5 out there, although you never know, so yeah, once we've got the engine bay detailed and inside detailed, underneath detailed, we'll then have the paintwork machine polished. Good friend of mine comes along and does any car that we need machine polished, and he comes along and does a fantastic job. Vehicle detailing services, that's the only person I've let near my very low mileage Evo. Still on the original tyres. Now, with such a low mileage car, we'll probably leave them on. We know it can't be driven on the road with them tyres, they're too old. Some people might choose to, but personally, no. So, I mean, we would offer any interested party a new set of tyres fitted, but you tend to find with a car of such low mileage it's going to go into a collection and not be driven anyway, and collectors love originality, so I'd say 8 times out of 10 we'd get asked to leave them tyres on, which is why we won't take them off unless we're asked. So that gives you just a quick run round of the car before we do anything to it. So it is in its raw form, so bear that in mind. And what I will do is add to this video as we go along, and you can see the car come along. Thanks for watching. Cheers.